Hello and welcome to video. My name is Pirzat Yulibayeva and I'm English for Specific Purpose instructor. Today we'll make a review on types of writing. By the end of the video, you'll be able to classify types of writing in order to identify the purpose of your writing and make sure this is exactly what your reader wants to read. Mastering different types of writing will not just boost academic performance, but also will be a valuable skill in a contemporary competitive labor market. People are required to write a variety of papers like motivation letter, international exam paper, report, scholarship essay, thesis paper, graph description throughout their collegiate and professional career. Since writing is used in all spheres and jobs, it is a skill that every student and specialist should learn and become better at. To begin with, let's clarify what writing is. Writing is a form of communication and process of expressing one's thoughts through writing. Every piece of writing is written for a specific purpose. To inform, for example, to inform the new regulations, to describe how something works, or persuade someone to agree with you, or entertain. There are only four major purposes that lead someone to write, and these are known as four types of writing. They are narrative, expository, descriptive, and persuasive. In a narrative writing, the writer tells stories, plays, personal experience, plot summaries. Narratives have a definite and logical beginning, middle, and ending. The beginning of this story normally introduces the characters, the setting, and establishes the mood. A climax appears in the middle of the story. That is when a major problem happens. And the end of the story is when the problem is solved. A story may have a lesson, but the writer's main purpose is to entertain by illustrating a topic or presenting a happening event. Narratives can be a fiction and non-fiction. Examples of fiction writings are short stories, poetries, novels, and dramas. And for non-fictions, essay, memoirs, autobiography, and oral histories. Expository writing is one of the most common types of writing style. Expository writing is the writing that conveys information and explains or defines a topic using facts, statistics, and examples. It talks about a subject without giving opinion. It encompasses a wide range of essay types, such as comparison and contrast essay, the cause and effect essay, respond to the question essay, and others. It presents ideas in logical order or correct sequence. The writer's point of view and tone is primarily neutral as they are objectively presenting information. The purpose of this type of writing is to inform, explain, or give directions. Examples of expository writing usually include non-fictions, like news articles and textbooks, biographies and documentaries, manuals, chart descriptions, business, technical, or scientific writing. Another type of writing is descriptive writing, when writer focuses on lightening many details in order to give the reader a very clear picture of the scene he is reading about. Descriptive writing's main purpose is to describe. Descriptive writing strives to communicate a deeper meaning throughout the descriptions. In a descriptive paper, the writer does not tell, but makes a picture of the story using metaphors and other literary devices. Examples: poetry, journals and diary writing, nature writing, descriptive passages in fiction. Persuasive writing when you try to get the reader to agree with you, for example, to convince the reader that disadvantages of globalization are greater than advantages. Usually, a writer begins with starting his point right away. Then he suggests arguments for that opinion, gives evidence, then speaks out a recommendation or call to action. For example, you might conclude your paper with the importance of taking precautionary measures to avoid negative effect of globalization. The purpose of this type of writing is to persuade by expressing an opinion, to convince readers to think, feel, act in a certain way. Like an expository writing, persuasive writing suggests facts, but the goal of this persuasive writing is to convince the reader to accept the writer's opinion or recommendation. The writer may try to convince the reader by using tone to appeal to his feelings or values. Persuasive writing pieces include opinion and editorial newspaper pieces, political speech, advertisement, review, letter of recommendation, letter of complaint, cover letter. To conclude, there are 4 different types of writing that are generally used. They are narrative, expository, descriptive, and persuasive. There are many subtypes of writing that may fall in any of those categories. A writer should know all these styles in order to identify the purpose of his writing and make sure it's something that the reader wants to read. You are finishing watching the video. Your last steps are: write a summary for the video as well as your hot questions about the video. Then, suggest 7 pieces of writing and classify the types of those writings. Support your answers with reasonable arguments. I hope you enjoyed watching a brief review of 4 major types of writing. Until next time!